Good morning, you guys. Good morning, and welcome to the morning pour. Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see me and you guys can see me. Y'all come on in the room. It is Monday morning. Super excited to be here. It is the morning pour, and you guys are here for your daily dose of inspiration and motivation on this morning. And I am here to give it to you guys. Come on in the room. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, the city, the state, and also drop what you are thankful and grateful for. This is a show, right? An episode that happens Monday through Friday. I'm testing out the time. This week I'm gonna go live at 7 o'clock, right? To see how many people we have joined. If we have enough people join, we'll keep it at 7 o'clock. If not, we'll go back to the 6:30 hour. This is a show that's designed to help you get up and pour into yourself in the morning time, you guys. My name is Cheryl Mazik, and I help women fill their cup first, right? But I help them to heal from trauma from the inside out with workbooks. Here's my workbook that I have created, that God and myself partnered with, right, to create this workbook to help women heal from the inside out, from the traumas that were sent to destroy them, where they turn that mess into a message. I help them with workbooks, online courses, events, challenges, community, and amazing all natural products, you guys. Health and wellness products. I personally use all natural products, and I have lost 50 pounds. I'm still on my journey, but I use all of these health and wellness products, right? All natural products to help me release 50 pounds, you guys, and create an amazing community for other women that also want to be able to pour back into themselves. Because us as wives, right, I can only talk from a woman perspective. Wives, mommies, grandmothers, right, sisters, caregivers, leaders, we take care of other people and we put ourselves on the back burner. And so now we're learning how to take care of ourselves first, right, by filling our cup up first, then go pour into those that we're called to pour in, because you cannot give from a place of depletion, but give from a place of overflow, right? And so I help you do that. If you would like more information on how you can do that, you can click the link in my bio, and it shows all of the different ways that you can connect with me, all of the different products that I can help you with, right? So that's who I am. That's what we do. So on today, you guys, we're going to talk about having a mindset shift. So I think on Mondays, it's going to be called Mindset Shift Mondays, right? Because in order to grow, you got to shift. Your mindset has to shift. Like, you are not going to grow where you are today until you continue to pour into your mind. And that's just the God honest truth, right? When is the last time you read a book? What is the last book that you read? If you hadn't read a book since high school, it's definitely time to pick up a book and read a book, because knowledge is in the books. The things that we need to know is in books, right? So let's talk about on Mindset Shift Monday. What happened in my life with my mindset shift? So I'm going to talk about, like, on a business perspective. When my mindset shift from profit to purpose minded, that's when the game changed. Good morning. Welcome, Annie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And also let me know what you are thankful and grateful for on this morning, right? So I'm talking about right now how when things shifted in my business, it shifted in my mindset. When it went from being all about making a dollar to now making and operating in purpose. All right. So I got in business back in 2013. Y'all don't forget to let me know where y'all guys are tuning from, and give me some hearts, some likes, and shares. I got started in business in 2013. Okay. When I first got in business, my mind was like, oh my God, I could actually, make money by doing something that I'm already doing. That's what my mindset shift was. But it also brought me back to the idea of actually doing business. When I graduated from high school, I wanted to start a business, but I had no clue of how to start a business. I had no clue of, what type of business I would even start. I just knew that I wanted to be in business, but I didn't. I just went straight to corporate America when I got out of high school, because remember, I was a teenage mom and I had to make sure that I was providing. Okay. And so when I got introduced to doing direct sales network marketing in 2013, you guys, it just really opened up that mindset for me again. Like, oh, I did want to do a business, right? I am business minded. I just didn't know what to do. And so my mind was, I can actually do what I'm already doing and get paid to do it. Because back in the day when I first got started in business, it was in the technology industry, right? It was a company called 5Links. Anybody remember 5Links? Where you use products and services that we're already using, like cell phones, energy, alarm systems. You use those different things and you use it through the companies that you are connected with, and you get paid whenever you pay your bills, right? I'm like, that makes sense. We're already doing those things. We talk on the phone, right? We have a phone. We have an alarm system. We pay energy, right? These are all the things that we doing. Why not get paid for it? It just made sense. And so it's just like my mind was just open to the possibility of making income. Not only would I make income up front, but I would make residual income. Well, it's not considered residual income anymore, recurring income. When you do something one time, you constantly get paid for it over and over again when the person paid their bill, right? And so my mindset was money. My mindset was also money because every time I look around, I seen this nice shiny thing with another business, somebody else coming to me with another business idea, like, girl, I found out this. Take a look at this. Do this. Do that. And I was jumping ship, doing this and doing that, going all over the place. Good morning, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Absolutely. Good morning. I'm grateful, too, for a mental state. I know that's right, boo. Thank you so much for letting me know what you're grateful and thankful for. And so I was just all over the place, switching from one thing to the next thing, chasing money, right? About how much money I can make here, how much money I can make there, instead of really understanding what it was to even be in business, right? I understood that I can help people, but things didn't change for me in my business. I didn't see it soar, right? Or I didn't see, thank you so much. I definitely am going to keep it going. I appreciate that. I didn't see the success that I desired until my mindset shifted from profits to purpose, right? Until I started to operate in the purpose that God has called me to operate in. Like, I want to be able to be pleasing to God. I don't want to be pleasing to people. I want to be pleasing to God and want to operate in the gifts that he's called me to operate in. And one of the gifts that God has called me to operate in is encouraging, right? It's a gift to encourage. It's a gift, right? To just wake up in the morning and be happy-go-lucky. It's just, I've always been that way. I've always been an encourager. I've always been somebody that's going to pour into somebody. I've always been that person, like, no matter what job I worked on, no matter where I was in school, somebody always found me to try to get the encouragement that they needed. I'm the person that they telling their sob stories to. I'm like, oh, why is these people always coming to me? That's what I used to say. Like, I got issues too. Okay. All right. But that was my conversation with God, but I still poured into them, right? And utilizing the gifts that God has given me, right, to operate in the resources that he's given me, because God is my source. And so every business or every stream of income is a resource. And so when I understood that, that's when things really shift. When I started to serve the people, right? Like serving my team, serving my customers. That's when things shift for me, because it wasn't all about a me mindset, right? Who can understand that? Who can relate to that? It wasn't all about me. So I went from me focus, right, to the people focus as well. And so that's when things shift for me. A lot of times we want to just focus on the dollar, all about the dollar. But I'm telling you, when you shift to start to operate in purpose, you will see things move like never before. People will be gravitated to you because you're not just trying to see how much money I can make off of this deal, but really getting with the people to see what the issue is. How can I help you with your issue? One of the wealthy principles that my mentor always talk about, like when you really are able to solve a problem, that's where the wealth comes. When the thing or the product or the service that you have solve a problem, that's when the wealth is going to come. Like, what problem are you solving? I help women to heal, right? From the inside out. I'm solving the problem of no longer hurting in the pain that they are sitting in. No longer, dimming their light because they don't feel like they have what they need, right, to go out there and soar and do what God has called them to do. Allowing them to understand who they are, getting their confidence back. Because when you're in a place of brokenness, I'm telling you, and I'm not telling you what I know from what I've read in a book, but I'm telling you from what I know from our experience, from my life experience, okay? When you are broken, even though you know you got purpose on the inside of you, you're going to you got to be in a shell because you don't know how to come out of that broken place. You don't know how to come out of that darkness. But I'm telling you, when you make the decision to start to do the work and work on you, that's when you also see things change. Like when you stop playing the blame game. Well, I do this because of this person. Or I do this because of that person. Yes, life happens. Yes, people do hurt us. There's betrayal. People betray you. People will stab you in your back. People will lie on you. People will do all of these things to you, but don't allow what they do to you to always have the constant mindset of victim. We're going to switch that mindset of victim to victor, being a victor, right? You're going to overcome those things. And that's what I was able to do when I learned what my purpose was. My purpose in this season is to help women come out. It's to help women understand who they are and whose they belong to help women start to, realize that, yes, I know that I have a purpose. I just don't know how to tap into that thing. I'm tired of giving from a place of depletion. I'm tired of always, having people pull on me. Who can I go to pull on? I need somebody to pour into me, right? Have you ever been in a place like that? And I need y'all to be real with me. Have you ever been in a place where you just like, I just need somebody to pour into me? I'm constantly giving, but nobody's giving back to me. Guess what? I created that space because that's how I felt. I felt like everywhere I turn around, I'm giving here, I'm giving there, I'm giving here. But who's giving back to me? Who's pouring back into me? And I felt empty. But when you have a relationship with God, I'm going to always go back to that. That's where you really understand. It don't matter who I have around me. Yes, I can have physical people around me. But when I tap into the word of God, that's one of the main things that's going to pour back into me. It's going to strengthen me. When I have that relationship with God, God is just like going to give you a breath of fresh air when you ask him for it. Like when you ask God for strength, sometimes you be like, man, I feel good. I can do this. But it's also great to have that person that can actually give you that daily dose of inspiration and motivation. And you like, yes, I can do this. Like, thank you, sis. I appreciate that reminder that I can do this. Because guess what? We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. It's up to us to get up every morning and say, okay, God, I don't know what's lying before me, but I'm going to do this thing because I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to trust that you got me. All right? So I want you guys to understand and tap into the gifts that you have, knowing that your gifts will make room for you. And I was trying to pull up the Bible verse before I got on, but my time was going a little too fast and I didn't get the Bible verse for you guys. But there is a Bible verse that talks about your gifts, not allowing your gifts to lay dormant, but utilizing your gifts, right? And purpose. We all have a gift, no matter if you know what that gift is or not. We all have a purpose. Just like we all have a unique thumbprint, right? Nobody's thumbprint is the same. Whenever you go for like a job or if you end up getting incarcerated, guess what? They're running your thumbprint, right? For a particular job, because I used to work in the financial industry, and every time I applied for a job, I had to get my thumbprint taken because they want to make sure, right, that you are not a criminal. And so everybody's thumbprint is absolutely different. It's the unique identifier that is only going to identify you, okay? Same as your teeth as well. But just like we got unique thumbprints, right? We all have a unique purpose. We all have unique gifts that God has given us that he wants us to utilize and do during the time frame that we are here on earth. God wants us to use that. I want to think about the story in the Bible, right? And don't criticize me if I say it a little wrong, but I'm just paraphrasing. But the master that gave his servants talents, right? So there was a master in the Bible. And when I get through, I'm going to look up the actual scriptures and I'll give it to you guys. I'll put it in the comments. But he had some servants and he gave each one of them some talents, right? So like some money. And so he told them to keep them. Keep it, right? He didn't tell them what to do with it. He just said keep it. And so there was 3 servants that he gave it to. One of them, he gave the servants the talents. He went and buried it in the backyard. Like my master is strict. I don't want him to beat me. If I lose his money, I'm going to bury it. That means that when he come back for it, he going to at least have what he gave me, right? The other one, he went and he tripled the money. He doubled the money, right? So he did something to, I can't remember where he put it at, but he used it, he invested it, and he doubled the money, okay? And then the other servant, he tripled the money. And so the master came back to him and was like, well, what did you do with the money that I gave you? All right? The one that doubled it, he said, well done. And he gave him more money, right, for him doing a great job with doubling the money, okay? The second servant, he said, well, what did you do with the money? He tripled it. He said, well done for what you did with what I've given you, right? I gave you this. You tripled the money. Great job. He gave him more, okay? And the other one that buried it, he says, where's the money? He said, I buried it. This is exactly what you gave me. So he gave him back exactly what he gave him. He was very disappointed. He said, get away from me, you ungrateful. What did he say? He said something bad about him, but he was displeased that he did not even try to use what he gave him, right, to make more. Like he didn't even try. So that's just like God. God gives you a gift. He gives you a purpose. You don't even try to figure out what that thing is, how to really operate in it, how to maximize your gift and allowing your gift to make room for you. God is not going to be pleased when, and this is just my thought process, right? I don't think God is going to be very pleased, and it's not going to stop you from getting into heaven. But I don't think that he's going to be very pleased with, well, what did you do with that voice that I gave you? I gave you a voice. Did you not use that voice to go touch the world in the way that you were called to touch the world? Those books that I put on the inside of you, did you not write those books? Because those books were supposed to touch this person over here, supposed to touch this person over here, supposed to touch this child over here, this man over here, this woman over here, so that they can tap into the thing that I have given them. You stop them from operating in their purpose. Get away from me, right? I'm just saying, this is my thought process. God wants us to use the gifts that he has given us, right? To go do what he has called us to do, not to keep them to ourselves, not to be scared and be like a shell, right? Hiding because we're scared to operate in that thing that God has called us to operate in. We're scared to talk to people. We're scared to show what God has given us, right? A lot of times people talk about you, and this is what stops a lot of people from moving in the purpose that God has called them to move in. Y'all, people talk about me all the time. I don't care. They talked about Jesus. When you get delivered from people, you will be able to soar and do what God has called you to do, no matter what. Being delivered from people is not worrying about what people have to say. Because guess what? People are going to talk about you. They're going to talk about you regardless. If you are doing something good, if you are doing something bad, y'all give me some likes, give me some hearts. Share if this is motivating and inspiring you. Whether you're doing something good or whether you're doing something bad, people are always going to find something to talk about you about. They're always going to find something to talk about. Like, oh, she thinks she all that. Oh, I wonder how much money she making. Oh, she too big to be up there jumping rope. People going to talk about you. But I want you to know that somebody is waiting on you to do what God has called you to do. Because you're going to be the inspiration for them to know that if she did it, I can do it. Like I've been looking for somebody to show me the way, the light, right? To another way of living. I just didn't know how to do it. That was me, y'all. Like God will give you your heart's desire. Like, I've always prayed to God and I'm like, God, I want to be able to operate my purpose. What is my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. I asked God that a lot of times until I figured out what my purpose was, y'all. It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a knock in my head like this your purpose. It wasn't. But life circumstances, me having a constant relationship with God, constant conversation with God, the prayers, the hurts, the pains, the trauma, right? But I also learned personal growth and development. I also got in rooms where I wasn't the smartest person in the room. That's another thing. You can't be the smartest person in the room all the time. You got to learn from other people. You got to tap into other resources. That's why community is so important. I'm always talking about that. Like community is so important. Community changed me, y'all. Community absolutely changed me in the way I do things. I learned to have a community because guess what? I can tap off of this person's gifts. I can reutilize this person's gifts. I can utilize this person's gifts. Like, I don't have to be the person that do every single thing. Everybody have a gift that they are operating in. Good morning, sis. Good morning, sissy. Everybody have a purpose and a gift that they can operate in, right? So allow them to soar in that area where they have that gift. Like my sister, I'm glad that you popped up. My sister Serena, she's also an encourager, y'all. Serena is an encourager and she can pray the walls down. But sometimes you need that person that's going to help you realize, right, that there is more on the inside of me than doing what I'm going to do every single day at the job. Remember, I don't knock a job. Jobs are necessary. But let me tell you about my sister Serena. Y'all, I met Serena back in 2015, 2016. Serena was a guest of one of my business partners. So I have a business partner, right? And we expose our opportunity to our network of people, right? And Serena is her sister-in-law. And Serena was in her, my business partner, my friend, my sister. She introduced the opportunity to Serena. And Serena was like, nah, I ain't interested in that. That ain't something I want to do, right? If I'm lying, I'm flying. And so I told my sister, I say, sis, let's get her into an opportunity meeting where she can be around other people, right? That's just like her, that has that same mindset as her. Where she's able to hear the testimonies, right? To hear how people was just like her in a place of looking for growth, in a place of looking for something different. And when she got into that meeting, y'all, things just shifted for her. She got into an environment that her heart knows she needed to be in. And it shifted for her. And so even though Serena and myself, we're not even in the same business, but Serena to this day, you guys, she's in business. That was her first exposure to entrepreneurship. She knew deep down inside that she needed something different, that something different was there. But guess what? She didn't stop at that point. She found what worked for her. And she's booming in the business that she's in now. Y'all, she's been full-time in her business for the last year. Full-time, which means she quit her job, right? And now she's fully operating in the gifts and the purpose that God has given her in the business that he has given her, but still touching the world in the way that she is called to touch the world. Yeah, she sells jewelry, but she's saving lives. She's saving souls, I tell you that. Because not only is she selling jewelry, but she's also pouring into the people. Because she is an encourager. So she's utilizing the gifts that God has given her. But it's all from the start of exposure. and being around people that are smarter than you. You know, sometimes you want that, but you don't have that in your current day life right now. Like the people that you're around is just like your family and friends. And some of them might not be business owners, or some of them might not have the mindset of doing something different. Not everybody has that mindset. Most people's mindset is what they currently know, right? Going to a job. If they don't like that job, finding another job. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Let me tell you that, okay? Because that's the truth. But everybody does have a gift that God has given them. Everybody does have purpose. And so if you don't currently have that, figure out how to tap into that so that you can get that. Because I'm going to tell you, if it keep coming before you, if it keep being on your heart, then there's something that God wants you to do. Utilize the gift that he has given you. And so when I went from all about the dollar to operating in greatness and operating in my purpose to purpose-minded, that's when I seen people start to flock to me. Because it wasn't just about a transaction, but it's really about how can I help you? What is it that I can do for you to help you become the person that God has called you to become? How can I help pour into you so that you can go out there and pour into those that you... Thank you so much for the stars, sis. I greatly appreciate you. How can I help you, right? Pour into those that you are called to pour into. Because I am going to be held accountable for that thing. When you take your last breath, when you're before your creator, you're going to be accountable for the actions that you do while you are here. So maximize what you do. Give people something to talk about. Remember, I told y'all, people going to talk about you. Give them something to talk about. Nobody's talking about the person that's just sitting on the couch all day because they're sitting on the couch all day. They ain't doing that but the normal thing, sitting on the couch all day. Give them something to talk about, because those very people that talk about you, they are scared to do what you're doing. Half of the time they talk about you because they're ignorant and they don't know what you're doing. So when people don't know about what it is they're doing, they're going to talk bad about it. But take the time to learn. Don't just talk about people. Learn about what they're doing. If somebody comes to you with an opportunity, take a look at it. It might be the opportunity. It might not be the opportunity. But guess what? Find out what works for you. Like I said, me and Serena, we were doing traveling together. We both still travel in business. But that wasn't a business opportunity for her, nor was it the opportunity for me. Yeah, I done a little bit of everything. I have done travel. I have done life insurance. I have done technology with 5 links. I have done health and wellness. I've done health and wellness 3 times. But what I realized, health and wellness is really what I'm supposed to be doing, right? It's part of my purpose. Because guess what? You can't fully operate in the purpose that God has called you to operate in if your health is declining. So I had to make a shift in the health area, right? I talked about that on, I think, Thursday. Like I had to make a shift because I want to live and I want to live a quality of a life and I want to operate in the greatness that God has called me to operate in. But I can't be on people's stages out of breath because I'm overweight. Like I got to be able to have stamina. I want to be healthy. So that's why I'm releasing the weight. Like your health is your wealth. So it don't matter what opportunity you do or how you operate in your gifts. If your health is not together, then you still don't have nothing. So that's why health is so important. So as I wrap this thing up, if what I've said to you guys so far has been amazing and it's spoken to your spirit, put a 1 in the comments. Let me know in the comments. All right. If you haven't followed me yet, make sure you go follow me. Go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Right. If you are on my YouTube channel and you're watching the replay, do pound replay. Don't forget to put what you're thankful and grateful for in the comments. All right. But as I close this thing out, I just want to encourage you guys to make sure that every day you get up, 1, thank God for waking you up to see another beautiful day. That's number 1. Number 2, make a decision to move forward in the thing that God has called you to move forward in, no matter what it looks like. Like every single day is not going to be the same. Every single day it's not going to be happy-go-lucky in your business. But you know, when you get up and you go do what God has called you to do, then you're touching those that you're supposed to touch. Just like this morning pour, y'all. If nobody show up, I'm going to show up. Because I don't know who may be watching. People watching don't like, but they watch. And them watching, they may hear exactly what they need to hear, but they not going to hear it if I don't get up and do what I'm supposed to do. This was put in my spirit to do. To pour into the people Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. Pour into the people. Give them something to look forward to. Because sometimes people don't have a Cheryl Mazik in their life. People don't have somebody that's going to encourage and inspire them. Sometimes all they have is people that's talking negative to them. Telling them they ain't nothing. Calling them out their name. Telling them they're never going to be nothing. They've been hearing that since they were a child. It's my job to pour into them and let them know that, Queen, you are somebody. Queen, you will go out there and do something. Queen, you will impact the world in the way God has called you to impact the world. You are more than enough. Somebody may need to hear that. And guess what? I'm here to help them in this season. And just because they're with me in this season don't mean that they're going to be with me in the next season. And that's another thing. Sometimes you got to learn how once you complete your task with that person, it's okay for them to go to the next thing. You've done what you were supposed to do with that person in the time frame that you were supposed to do it. But you got to do it. All right? So I hope this encouraged you guys on today. Remember, if you are ready to join me on this journey, whether it is healing and you want to be able to get your workbook, you can click the link in my TikTok shop. You can get your workbook. It's all about healing. It's going to help you change your mindset. It's going to help you heal from those pains that you haven't healed from, the childhood trauma, the adult trauma, all of the different traumas. It's going to help you do that. Also, if you would like to join me in business, I would love to help you. When you join me in business, you're going to get access to a community of women and men in that community that's going to help pull that greatness out from the outside to the inside of you, right? It doesn't cost much to join me in business. It costs $30 to get started in business, plus your products that you would like to use where you can share your journey with other people. What that does is it allows you to work on yourself from the inside out. Use amazing products, get amazing results, share with other people, y'all, and make extra income. All right. I would love to help you. I help women that are mommies, wives, in caregiver roles and leadership roles, right? And a woman that just want more, because that's who I am, y'all. I am just a wife. I'm a mommy that wanted more. And that's what I'm doing. God has given me the opportunity. Yeah, I've been full-time for 3 years. Which means I have not clocked nobody's clock for the last 3 years. And I'm so thankful and grateful because God has provided, y'all. God is my source. And he provides every resource. And I'm so thankful for it. You just got to trust God. You know that when you join an opportunity, y'all, it's not the end all and be all. But what it is, you guys, it helps you to be able to see that there is more. You just got to learn. Don't come into business and be like, well, I'm about to be a millionaire overnight. No, it's not going to happen that way, y'all. It's about growth. You got to grow. You got to learn a thing. Remember, I was hopping from this thing to this thing, not learning nothing. But when I shifted to purpose and I got with the right leaders, because leadership is important. When I got with the right leaders, I was able to grow in so many different areas, y'all. I was able to grow. I was able to soar. I was able to do what God has called me to do. And that's how you see the Cheryl Mazik today. Because of growth, because of personal growth and development, because of relationship with God, because I stopped being profit-minded and became purpose-minded. All right. So I would love to help you guys. You can click the link in my bio and click the Partner with Cheryl tab, or you can hit me up in my inbox. Let's have a conversation. Let's get you on my schedule so that I can help you and show you exactly what it is that I do. Make sure you guys come back and join me tomorrow. Same place, same time. We're testing out this 7 o'clock hour for the morning pour. Get your daily dose of inspiration and motivation every single morning. And if you see the replay, make sure you go watch it. Go watch it and send it to somebody that may need to be encouraged. All right. So I love you guys. I look forward to working with those that want to partner with me. And then if you would like more information on the products, you could also click the link in my bio, and all of the different products are there. But if you want to have a specific package tailored towards you, let me know and we can do that as well. Thank you guys for all the hearts, for the stars, for the likes, for the shares. Let me see if there's any other comments that I did not respond to. But y'all be on this thing on TikTok, and I sure appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. AJ, Edith, Tanya, I am your personal, Wes, Hazel, Kevin. It's another one. It's so many names on here, but I appreciate you guys. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye, Facebook.